Waterfowl presents Behind the Blind Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Blind, brought to you by our partner at Double TT British Kennels. They imported dogs directly from Great Britain to build superior bloodlines. Their top-of-the-line dogs are proven in the field in major field trials. Learn more at britlabs.com and tell them Heartland Waterfowl sent you. What is going on over here?
I'm like, I just hit a wall. I'm literally ready for bed.
Yeah, you kissed the wall.
What?
Did you just say you kissed a wall? What?
No, I said I'm ready for bed. I hit a wall.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't imagine why you've hit a wall. It's been a long day.
What
That's
time
a
is
good way to leave. It is 8:30.
We've been at it since 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
Man, and yeah, literally not. I haven't been out of my truck, eating lunch or hunting today. That's all I've accomplished.
I don't even know what to say other than this is either going to be a really boring podcast or it's just sporadically going to get very entertaining. But today was very challenging. Let's just start with that. So we left the last podcast saying that we were going to run traffic on snows, but we felt good about it because of the wind and where the field is and in correlation to the roost. And there's a lot of new birds here. A lot of them are juvies, so they're kind of stupid, and it made us feel confident. And I think even when we got up and we got there and started setting up, I mean, the spread was getting set up perfectly. We were spread out. We looked really big. And then it started snowing. And then it started snowing more. And it wasn't becoming a dusting. It became
three
accumulative.
inches.
Yeah,
it
like,
started to accumulate.
It was literally like 3 inches in an hour.
We got humbled real quick on that one.
Man, too, in that first group, you're like, oh, man, this is going to work. Like, we got an opportunity here.
Yeah.
And then if it was, I mean, and Ronnie's like, what in the hell are we doing out here still?
Right. It was like 8:30 or something, and there's literally an inch of snow on top of the decoys, and I'm sitting here thinking like,
well, the birds hadn't really flown yet. You like, you know,
right. I get it. And we had high expectations, even though we knew that we were running traffic. But like, I just got to say that probably the most impatient person on the team is Logan Burditt. Yep. And when Logan is done, he's done. He's the guy who always says, are we done here? Should we get the trucks? He's ready to go. And the rest of us might want to stick it out another 15, 20 minutes. And in this case, I was the impatient person. And I was like, I look down the line and I see Logan. I go like, isn't this stupid? And he kind of turned and looked at me. He was like, yeah. I'm like, what are we doing? He goes, I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
But then when
tough. It's tough when you're like, they're right there. We know they haven't flown. We can hear them. Yeah. And it's hard to pick up after you just had success before the snow in the first 20 minutes of the hunt. And then all of a sudden, birds still haven't flown and you're picking up 30 minutes, 40, call it an hour later. We'll call it an hour after that. And you're just, I don't know. It's just hard to do because you put all the time and effort into it. Everything looked great. And I don't know. We were just, I guess, waiting for the geese to tell us something different, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter. It was still like 8:30 in the morning. We didn't want to give up on it.
The problem is maybe if the snow was still like really blowing and everything, we might have had some past shooting. But as soon as the snow stopped and the snow was on the decoys and we're white on white,
Snow's on snow,
glass of milk, paper plate, and a snowstorm type deal. Like,
have you ever had? And I haven't, and so I'll ask you guys. And you guys have hunted snows way longer than I have. But have you ever had? And I'm not talking like a little bit like shooting close to a limit, had good success with hunting snows in the snow. Like
never they flare. It's like a white on white thing. It's like they see the color difference between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it's miserable. Like that's why it's kind of a joke, you know,
right?
What are we doing out here? It's more of not necessarily the snow and the blowing and like we're cannon hunting, we'd be like, hell yeah,
ducks, yeah, no doubt.
You know,
snow with snow,
exactly.
Snow with hunting snows is
it just
that combo.
It just doesn't work. You're better off putting a dark decoy out.
Sure,
yes, 100%.
You're better off just putting cannon decoys out.
Have you ever had any success hunting snows in the snow?
No,
with dark decoys.
No, I was asking Champ.
Dark decoys.
Yeah, dark decoys.
You were able to finish snows with dark decoys.
Yeah.
Okay.
With snow decoys, no. Like Logan was saying, you know,
they get to like they look good, and then they get to like 60, and they do this straight up flare.
Right. We should also probably mention that we knew that there was the possibility of snow, but it was only but in the forecast, yeah, in the forecast. Well, I mean, they did dusting. At one point they mentioned 1 inch to 1.5 inches, but it was like only supposed to be for an hour or hour and a half, of which that it was going to snow. The fact is that it dumped for longer than that, and it was more than 1 inch of snow.
I mean, it really only went an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Ronnie was looking at WeatherBug. Mine said
it started
like 35 to 40% chance.
I do not use WeatherBug, by the way.
From 8 to 9 o'clock.
I thought it was going to go till 10.
It started at 7. We had 3 inches by 8:15 and started picking up, and we were out of the field by 9:15.
But we didn't get skunked. We did shoot, what, 6?
No, more than that.
It's like 12.
Was there that many?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was way more than I even thought. I didn't clean them, so
we ended up shooting like 25 birds today.
Right. Well, let's get into what we did then after that. We cut our losses, came home much earlier than we typically would. It seems like I laid back here on my air mattress by 10 o'clock.
Oh, man.
It took like a 30. Logan got a flat tire, so he had to go get new shoes for his truck. And then, why are you shaking your head?
I talked to him before you guys came out. Logan tells me, he goes, hey, you're going to have to help me change a tire this weekend. And I said, why? And he goes, I'm on the last leg of this set of tires, and I'm not putting new tires on to drive around some of them dirt roads.
Gravel roads. They're
like these sharp, jaggy rocks.
Yeah. And I was like, just put new tires on if you already know we're going to have to change tires. Well, he didn't, and he came out Tuesday.
I had a reasoning behind that. And I've learned my lesson with putting brand new tires on those roads.
And I talked to him, and he was like, he goes, I'm about back home already. I was like, man, you gave up scouting pretty quick. And he's like, well, at 9 o'clock this morning when my tire was going flat and I had to change that on the side of the road, I decided I was done. I was like, put new tires on before you come since you've already changed one.
No, he didn't. Today was the day. It worked out.
So Logan ends up spending a lot longer at the tire store getting new tires than we thought. And so we then went to lunch and decided, because of a scout Logan had the night before, that there was a field of about 1,000 mallards, and that because we were iffy about this hunt going into it, the snow goose hunt, that is, because we were running traffic and all of the things that we mentioned before, that this would be a good backup option for having a quality hunt, getting some good footage to make a good episode. So because today or this morning was a bust, we end up deciding that we're going to go out in the afternoon and hunt those mallards. That didn't pan out so well either.
Yeah, they just didn't come back. Well,
we even wonder if that field may have gotten
it might have got hunted this morning. There were tire tracks, but I don't know. They've been in there last 2 nights. I've seen them the last 2 nights. We saw 24 ducks tonight.
Mm-hmm. Out of 1,000 that you saw the night before.
I mean, yes, there was, call it 750.
How many ducks did we kill in there, though?
6
and 3 honkers?
It was fun.
Yeah,
it was a good little afternoon shoot. Mike made me laugh. It was great.
But the question is, with that snow that came in, did they end up going out at 10 or 11?
There wasn't as much snow up there. You
could
see it from up on the hill.
And they sat for...
You could look to the south and plainly see snow all the way across, and you'd look to the north and there was no snow.
And then I went 15 miles to the west to scout tonight while you guys were duck hunting. And there was no snow over there.
That was by choice.
Ronnie ran me out.
We didn't have room for you in the panel blinds.
Yeah.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was how today's hunt went. We put in a very long day to try to provide a very quality segment, but that's the struggle, right? If you've been hunting, hunting waterfowl long enough, you experience that, right? And so it doesn't, even though we have the pleasure and blessing to travel all over the country and hunt a lot, sometimes we also get handed the humble pill, and we did today. But
you don't have to hunt a long time to get handed the humble pill.
Well, I'm just saying that we get to do it a lot, so sometimes people look up to us as being quote-unquote professionals, and we get the humble pill occasionally as well.
Humble Phil.
Humble Phil got the humble pill. I guess I didn't introduce everybody. Eric Champlin, Logan Burditt. This is Justin Michaels. I'm Ronnie Philips. Thank you guys for watching. We have a prize for you to give that we're giving away during this trip. So we have a brand new Heartland Waterfowl online store with a brand new swag pack, some really cool hats and shirts and hoodies. And so by commenting on these episodes that you see on YouTube, make sure you like and hit that notifications bell. It will get you automatically entered to win. We will maybe announce tomorrow in our final podcast during this trip. So make sure you do all of that. And then maybe you have a success story of hunting snows in the snow. We'd love for you to comment on that below.
I like free stuff. Can I win?
No. Let's get to the ducked up question of the day. Let's send it to Q and DT's not back there, but Hunter Easley's back there. Q, you got the DT or the, jeez, I'm so tired. The ducked up question of the day. Can't hear you.
Sure do.
All right, what you got?
I got something that involves Champlin tonight.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Here we go.
If you had the luck that Champlin has, a.k.a. the bands and the big deer.
The horseshoe?
The lucky horseshoe
That
up
horseshoe.
the ass.
Yeah. If you had that, what would you want it to be in your life besides hunting?
I would just want the horseshoe.
You just want
Yeah, because
That's
all
a good answer.
I mean, I guess if you got, I don't know. That's dang.
Sports betting.
I would say it goes all the way
That's a
around.
good
but
answer,
Parlay.
right? That's a good answer. Parlays.
That parlay.
do I need to start betting sports then? Is that what?
Probably
Is
should.
that the question?
The way you manage money, no, do not do that. It's a bad idea.
I'm
That's a
trying to
bad
understand
idea.
the question. Like
We-
what? Like
we
if
could
you were,
either.
if you had the horseshoe, then
No, like Champlin has a lucky horseshoe when it comes to shooting bands and neck collars. Like Alex has the lucky horseshoe for drawing tags.
that is true.
Right?
Alaska, Arizona.
Emperor. He got that New Mexico tag that's unheard of. That he's not here right now because he's probably just thinking about that. But you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
That's what he's asking. What's yours, Q?
Mine would probably be, gosh, sports betting's really good.
I know.
That's the first thing that came to
took
my
it.
mind.
Yeah, I took it.
We sound
Or the
like some
lottery.
Not having
degenerates.
flat tires.
Okay, that's fair
that's
enough.
good.
Maybe I should use that one. Pretty good at that.
Man, I'm stumped. I have no answer for this.
What about
That is
like
a weird
your
one.
favorite sports team always being good?
Oh, like the Chiefs?
Like,
I mean, yeah, that would be one. That's a sports team.
or like maybe
We've been pretty lucky there.
like you never miss, right? You never miss a bird that comes in. You're just a crack shot, Annie Oakley.
Wow, this is
Or you always find a good feed to hunt and always get permission.
Perfect
Boom.
scout.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
Wow.
I never get turned down.
might
I
be
have a
too
lucky
tired to
horseshoe.
Get this creative.
I would take that one 1,000%. You find something, you get a hunt, you knock on the door. What's the movie? McLovin. What's that movie?
Oh,
Super bad.
super bad.
You remember when he goes into the store and he's buying the beer with the fake ID
Mhm.
and he's like, "Here's $20." He's like, "Thank you." You know, like, have a nice day. That's what I want when I ask permission.
Nothing you can do goes wrong.
Sure, you can hunt. Here's $20.
Wow. Okay.
It's a good one.
Man, I got nothing. I do.
I've just thrown around like 7 ideas and you got nothing.
I really don't. I think I'm too tired to come up with anything good. Chaz, you got anything?
Man.
This is a really ducked up question.
How
Yeah,
about
you guys
It
aren't
is.
doing very good at all at this.
I got a good idea
How
who
about-
sent that one in, to be honest.
how about when you're snow goose hunting, the weatherman gives an accurate forecast?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
you
that's
always
all right.
you
That is
always
good.
guess the weather accurately.
Yeah.
Today we would
Not-
have been in great shape.
The
We
weather-
wouldn't have
Not
hunted
even
snows.
snow goose hunting. Just if a weatherman
weather,
could be
yeah.
right.
Weather's perfect
Ever?
all the time.
Yeah.
That's I like
Conditions
that.
are right.
That's
I
That's
really
not
like
bad.
that one. Yeah, the weatherman has kind of screwed us a few times in the 12 years that we've been doing this.
Or ever. From
Every-
when you started doing this.
Every hunting trip you go on and have planned, the cold front comes right before.
or deer hunting or anything else, if the weatherman could just ever be right, that'd be great.
Wow. Yeah, I got nothing. I'm completely stumped. The
I
only
got-
thing I can think of is just having the horseshoe to, because I like to sports gamble. You guys mentioned that, but I like to do other things like play blackjack, play poker, and just having that luck to win every time.
Okay.
Because with money, you can accomplish a lot of things.
Yeah. And if you have the luck to win at blackjack and not give it back to the casino, you
Yeah.
can build a casino.
What do you got?
How about getting big groups every time and shooting a limit every time?
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
that's
They
a
would
good
call
answer.
that killing.
Yeah, instead
That
of
would
hunting.
definitely be a lucky horseshoe for sure.
So
You know,
go ahead.
I didn't
No,
do
no.
mine yet.
Oh, sorry, I thought you
okay.
did.
Carry on.
No.
Carry on.
We already have the horse.
By all means, Eric Champlin. We are, by the way.
Hold on.
This
Yeah.
is
This-
Champ Camp.
this-
Should have
this is-
started with him.
Are
Want a
you
horseshoe on top
passing
of
the
the
horseshoe?
horseshoe?
This is where I was
Think you
going
could
with
pass
this.
it on over here?
No, I'm just gonna keep that thing and keep maybe shooting big deer and
You're
shooting
just
bands.
You're just gonna keep putting up power lines over snow goose fields.
Finding them on the road, whatever you gotta do. I'll pick them up.
What do you got?
That is it. I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep.
You're gonna keep the
Yeah,
horseshoe.
he's saying
All
he's
right.
keeping that.
Riveting. All right, so the ducked up question is
What
brought
if
to you by-
every time you went out you found morel mushrooms?
Okay.
That's a good horseshoe, right?
Yeah.
Every time you go out you found morels?
Yeah.
How many times you go out and you didn't find them?
I do like the permission one.
Yeah.
I do like the permission one. That's
Yeah,
probably
that's
my
a good
favorite.
one.
That's probably my
Yeah.
favorite one that I've heard
It's getting harder and harder by the minute.
every
Yeah,
year, no
every
matter where
year.
you're at. The ducked up question brought to you by Dirty Duck Coffee. If your coffee sucks, it ain't the duck. The preferred coffee of choice in the blind or around the breakfast table for Heartland Waterfowl and waterfowl hunters in every flyway. Save on a variety of blends by using promo code HW10 at dirtyduckcoffee.com. All right, let's send it to Q for the because we're going to start with you. We never start with you, Q. What is your outlaw moment of the day that is brought to you by Outlaw Beer?
Oh boy, my outlaw moment of the day was probably before this. I don't really know actually. It wouldn't be before.
Aren't you the
snow
producer
started.
of this show? You know we're going to come to you
know,
with this, right?
Yeah, but not to start it off.
I gotcha.
Got me on that. I don't know. I had a great time today. I think all day in general. I know it was down, but I still had a good time.
Okay. Hunter, you got an outlaw moment of the day?
Well, today was my first day of all day pretty much shooting slow-mo.
Oh, yeah.
So
How did
was
that go?
nice.
How did that go?
It was awesome. I love shooting that stuff. I mean, I felt like I did pretty good. I mean, we'll have to
Soft
see
focus.
what
The
Dakota
footage
says
won't
about
lie.
it.
That's
Yeah.
That's our running joke, by the way.
Soft focus.
Soft focus.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
You ever hear that? We say that all the time to the boys.
So you got some really good tight shots of birds getting
Oh,
crunched
Yeah.
Yep.
Mostly like this.
of all 25 of them.
Yeah.
There
No
wasn't
kidding.
much.
No kidding. No, yeah. This evening was definitely like a good ending on it too. Just like
If you can figure the ducks out, you can take care of the geese.
No doubt.
You know,
Good deal.
that's the hard thing. You figure the ducks out and get their movements and understand how fast they're moving compared to the geese. Those big geese. Oh man, that big one. I shot the lead goose I shot.
Yeah.
The giant.
Yeah, I was holding his neck and he was about 4 foot tall. That was a big one.
Shot a goose tonight?
Oh,
Shot
yeah.
3 geese tonight.
You didn't tell me that.
We just
Yeah, I did. You just
we
didn't
said 3
listen.
geese and 6 ducks.
Yeah, mallards.
Apparently, I gotta
Thanks
pay
for being on
attention
the
a little bit better.
podcast, champ.
We saw 24 and the 6 of them that we saw of the 24 just right in.
Huh.
Yeah, they did it right.
Chaz, what's your outlaw moment of the day?
Well, I know how much you love getting up at 4 a.m. and throwing 60 dozen decoys. And
Yeah.
having it snow on us.
Yeah.
I think this afternoon when you shot your mallard, like you just had that twinkle in your eye again.
I had the twinkle in my eye before we left the house. It's like, finally, we're going to do something that makes sense today.
Ronnie's shooting ducks.
Oh,
You looked happy, man.
I feel like we should have a bonding, hugging moment right now.
No, I had fun too today.
Yeah, no,
You
we
know,
still had fun.
We worked our tails off.
We had a
but
lot of laughs in the blind.
We did. We had a
this
good time.
Yeah. Logan, you got an outlaw moment?
Yep. So we joke around. I don't know if you can technically consider this an all-day sit, but we joke around about, oh, strap it in, boys. It's going to be an all-day sit, which everyone knows I absolutely despise.
Yep.
And aside from me getting tires and us going to lunch,
Mm-hmm.
it was basically an all-day sit.
Yep.
And As much as I despise doing that, I had a lot of fun sitting in the snow with you guys today and shooting some ducks.
It's a rough go to switch gears from
Right.
running the snow goose spread first
Yep.
thing in the morning to
You should have seen
turn around and driving another 50 miles to go shoot ducks in the afternoon.
when shooting time hit tonight. You should have seen how fast we had that spread picked up. It was record.
The record time.
Record time.
I was just busy here at home cooking you fellas dinner.
Fisherman stew, baby.
Yeah, you just wait till tomorrow. Everybody's gonna have a great time.
We'll get into what's going to happen tomorrow here in a little bit.
I don't think that's what he meant.
Oh. Sorry, I'm tired.
Wow. Would you like me to help you out?
Yeah.
If anybody's
He
got
says that-
access to a porta potty,
Yeah.
we should probably bring that.
He says you, out of all people, are going to be in the field with the field growler.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Bring the toilet paper.
That's not going to happen.
hey,
I am not a
we did-
crapper in the field.
Hey, tomorrow we're going to be right next to a center pivot. Last time we were around one of those,
I crapped in the field.
Yeah.
Yep. I
right
sure
up
did.
against the wheel of that.
I had a lot more bourbons that night before that, too. I don't know that I had the energy to drink that much bourbon tonight. Do you have an outlaw moment, Champlin?
Not really, no. I don't.
Compelling content.
No, I'm like just.
He was distraught this morning.
It was.
He was really distraught this morning because he knew that we had an opportunity to really just.
We were gonna mash this morning.
The wind was
We
a
were
lot
gonna
stronger than we
mash.
thought, and we were. That's what we were, and it was cloudy, and there.
Birds were still migrating. Like
Yeah.
birds migrated all night. We
Yeah.
heard them the whole time we were setting up.
Even
Even Dustin's like, we're gonna mash. And then we had little dipping dots falling this morning. And it's like, okay,
It's kind of what they look like.
here's our little flurry or trace we're gonna get, and then it just dumped on us and destroyed us. So that was cool.
you did not want to pick up this morning.
I didn't. I wanted to.
You knew it was the
sit
right
out just a
decision.
little bit,
Yeah,
but
your pants.
it
Your
was-
pants were getting wet too.
hey, when you shoot it, there's a lot of dumb ones.
There.
When you shoot a bunch of them and then get a chance to shoot a bunch of them the next day,
Mm-hmm.
When you
you
find
get pretty excited about
when you
it.
find the good pocket of juvies, you just have to take advantage while you can, because if you don't, it's going to be too late.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it works.
Last year we didn't hunt snows at all when you guys were here.
No,
Year before you
shot
were in
'em good.
Alaska.
that was the foggy day.
Yeah, you got shot 'em good.
We shot them once. We were gonna hunt them again, but it rained.
Yep.
And the year before that, I don't know if we hunted them
Nope.
that year either.
Didn't hunt 'em
like
the year before that.
so we just haven't had a lot of chances. So, when we get to, obviously, I love it, you love it, and one of these days we're gonna turn Ronnie 100%, which he was really excited in the field yesterday.
He said if we went over the 270 mark, he would retire.
I did say that.
Literally came out of his mouth. He would retire from snow goose hunting, except for in Canada. He said
That's right.
Except for in Canada.
The
So it's
limit-
like a partial retirement.
The limit.
It's
in
like Tom
Kansas.
Brady going into
That's it.
retirement.
That's like Michael Jackson retiring after 6 championships, right? Like
Yeah.
if we could get however many we had, 10, 11 hunters in the field and each get 50 snow
Hold
geese.
up.
Anybody
You just
else
said
can?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
I said
anybody else?
Did I? I meant Michael Jordan. See, that's how tired I am. Did I really say Michael Jackson?
You did.
Yeah, he had
Oh my
6
God.
championships.
I was
apparently.
Oh my God.
I was like, man, that moonwalk
Oh.
was really good, but I don't know about that.
He got 6 championships with it, and he was done.
I should not be hosting this podcast tonight. I am worn slick. Worn slick. All right. Well, my outlaw moment of the day is this fucking podcast. Because I suck.
Ronnie doesn't want to be defeated.
Moving on. All right. So the outlaw moment of the day brought to you by Outlaw Beer. America deserves a new light beer. Outlaw Mile High Light Beer, brewed by Tivoli's Brewing Company in Denver, Colorado, the official beer of Heartland Waterfowl. Check them out, outlawbeer.com. Available now at most retailers. If they're not available, make sure you ask them to begin stocking Outlaw Beer immediately. Because Champlin did not hunt ducks with us this afternoon, he went out and scouted. What did we find? What are we doing tomorrow?
Pretty good field of Canadas. Big
Okay.
geese.
How many are in there?
I watched about 400 go in.
Nice.
And decided that was good enough.
Mhm.
There's still probably 45 minutes left to light. We know they've been going there. Buddy Mike been watching them. So they've been in there for a week-ish.
Off and on.
Off, yeah.
They kind of come and go with the cold weather.
Evenings have been weird. Like everything hasn't been feeding in the evening much, which has been warm.
Mhm.
You know, they can sit on the pond and eat grass.
Until the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Right.
So
What kind of field is it?
It's a cornfield.
It's got like rye
Yeah.
drilled into it, I think, or winter wheat, something like that.
But I think it'll be good.
We're gonna try to set. Correct me if I'm wrong. We're gonna try to set up off a center pivot. The wind sits pretty good for it with the panel blinds, and just see what happens. I guess.
It
Should be
works
good.
under power lines.
See if-
It should
see
work
if
under
they-
a pivot,
See
right?
if they want to
Yeah.
fly over the trees and not eat grass on the pond.
Nice. So we're going to try to go out on a high note with our final hunt here in Kansas over this Thanksgiving weekend. Thank you guys so much for all your support and watching. We really enjoy bringing you this content to give you kind of a behind the scenes look of what it's like to be in camp with us when we're on our best behavior or when we're not, and when we're awake and alert and when we're not. But thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notifications bell, comment on these videos so that you could potentially tomorrow win the Heartland Waterfowl Swag Pack. So for Eric Champlin, Logan Burditt, and Justin Chaz Michaels, I'm Ronnie Philips. We'll be back tomorrow with our final episode of Behind the Blind here in Kansas over Thanksgiving weekend.
By the way, I will sell a quarter of that horseshoe for a hefty price. If anybody's in
What's
on
that
it.
going to cost?
What's the price?
I don't know.
Well,
I got to see if I got any offers that want it.
you have to name the price.
I'll give you $100.
$100. I got 100 now. Give me 100 now. Give me 150. Anyone got 150?
No, but I got
Oh, Dakota there in the back.
I got a pillow. Good night.